Hello and welcome to Rock and Roll on Action.
I'm Rock.
I'm Roll. I'm JJ.
I'm Sean.
I'm a filmmaker and I love music. And
I'm a music maker and I love film.
Yeah, there you go.
Together we are.
There you go. It does perfectly, doesn't it?
So it's like a jigsaw puzzle.
This is the first episode, so let's get through the concept.
Explain the concept.
The concept is not very deep. Each week we choose a random year in cinema and music history.
212 AD, for example.
Exactly. It was a great year, that.
Yeah.
We choose one film, one album from that year to sort of take a proper deep dive into and discuss. I mean, when I say a deep dive...
It's not a deep dive, it's like a sort of random
very
dive,
shallow, surface level observations.
Dipping our toes in the pool of life, in a way.
The idea was to make a pretty lighthearted, fun podcast.
I was just so happy because I think the two choices worked really well together.
I mean, we will never have a film and an album that work so well together, because I don't think there ever has been a film and an album that are as intrinsically linked as these
I know.
are.
Isn't it weird?
I don't think there is another one out there. And this was random, like we just did a random generator. The first year it popped out was 1999.
Yeah.
And so we're looking at Paul Thomas Anderson's Magnolia, 3-hour epic.
Yes.
And Fiona Apple's brilliant sophomore album,
Yes.
When the Pawn.
There's obvious links, such as they were dating, Fiona Apple and Paul Thomas W.S. Anderson, when they were making these two things. But I also didn't realize until the end credits of Magnolia that the producer of the Fiona Apple album also did the music, John Bryan.
Who's done some amazing stuff. He did Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, he did Lady Bird, he also did Step Brothers and The Other Guys and like a load of kind of wacky comedy stuff.
Just loves John C. Reilly.
Yeah, maybe that is the link. Yeah. He was also in a band called The Bats.
Okay.
And I got real excited when I heard that because there's a New Zealand band called The Bats who I absolutely love. And I was like, oh my God, is he Kiwi? Is it? And it's just a completely different band. But maybe his Bats are good, I don't know. But everyone should listen to The Bats, the New Zealand
Doesn't
band.
matter which one.
Yeah.
Just The Bats.
Fiona also, she helped paint Claudia as that artwork at the end of the film.
Yeah.
But it did happen.
But it did happen.
Fiona Apple helped make
didn't know that.
And obviously Paul Thomas Anderson directed all of the music videos for this album.
Yes.
So they're very interlinked in a way that really I don't think anything else is.
No.
I can't think of another film and another album.
But we'll find them. We'll do them.
And of course they're also kind of thematically linked too.
Yes.
And this is what I was going to say, is that I thought, I think in general this will be quite a lighthearted discussion kind of podcast, but as our opening episode we've chosen a film and an album that are both largely about abuse.
Yes.
So, But,
I don't know. I don't know what I was going to say.
But they're also very accessible. I mean, like, it's not like they're dreary kind of ruminations. They're fun, in a lot of ways, and... Let's jump in.
Jingle.
Without further ado.
I don't know, it's a jingle there.
That could be a jingle.
Put something in.
Okay, so I chose the film this week. We alternate. I chose it because I watched it for the first time maybe 3 years ago. Mm-hmm. And I didn't hate it, but I certainly didn't enjoy it. And I know that you loved it.
I also watched it for the first time maybe 3 years ago, maybe 4.
I remember sitting there for the first time. I really wasn't in the mood. I think I'd been watching a load of... I've maybe been watching a load of like 40s stuff recently or something like that. And I put this on and it just seemed so loud. Such an assault on the senses. And it was just so...
Oh, man.
Like you got this narration.
They're going to think you're an old fart, man.
And
these modern films.
I felt that. Yeah. I did. I just felt like I was just being blasted from all sides and there's all this going on. And
that's the point.
Of course that's the point. And I got that was the point. And by about halfway through, I felt like it sort of quietened down a little. And I kind of got into it.
Well, yes, there's like a big build-up where like it's building up so much. I didn't notice this until now, that there's like multiple pieces of music playing at the same time. Like they have this like crazy building string section, just constant, and then they'll just have other music go over the top of it, and it's really unsettling to listen to.
Yeah, first time I watched it, I was just like, this is just too much. And so I thought perfect for us to do as a podcast because we can get into some heated debate.
Yes.
And so I watched it this time around, ready to make notes about everything I hated.
Yeah.
I loved it.
Oh, really?
That was so good. I really enjoyed it.
Oh, good.
I don't know. I think I was just not in the headspace for it before, and I've still got a couple of issues, but they're so minor.
I was trying to be more critical this time.
Yeah,
so I was like, I'll try and see what.
I think a lot of it was that I was sitting there and I was writing notes, and so I was looking for the themes and paying attention to the attention to detail that's in the film, which will always make you respect a film like that more because there obviously is so much attention to detail. I mean, I had that even with La La Land.
Who did that? Chazelle.
Yeah. And the more I sort of got to like looking at the construction of it and things like that, I was like, well, at least I can respect it. I wouldn't choose to put that film on, but at least I respect it. And I kind of thought I might have that with this. I was like, but this is a film I'm really excited to talk about now in a way that I just wasn't before.
I mean, sometimes it takes a second watch to appreciate something, because I was obsessed with this film for a bit. I mean, I just watched it once and I was like, this is my favorite film. And I forced my parents to watch it and they hated it. They were like, they were annoyed that I made them watch it.
Wow.
Like, they both fell asleep during it.
I mean,
and then I don't know. They say I was upset that they didn't like it. I thought it would be a bonding experience because I feel like it is about family. It's about, and I said this film hit me hard. It means a lot to me. So I thought they'd be like, oh, I see. Give it a chance. No, they were like, we hated it.
Well,
equally together. Yeah. Great cast.
Perfectly cast.
Yeah.
And some great little surprise appearances in there from people. Like there's an Alfred Molina in there.
Oh, yeah. I can never remember his name. I was thinking Saul or something.
Doc Ock.
Yeah.
Dr. Octopus.
Otto's Goodman or something.
He's in there. There's Clark Gregg,
Clark Gregg, yes,
the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Son of Cole.
Yeah. Thomas Jane.
He was in it?
He's in one shot as a young Philip Baker Hall.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He's just there for one shot. And I was like, is that Thomas Jane? I looked up.
He was doing what for Baker Hall?
He was. There's a bit where it's on the TV and he says, I've been doing this for 30 years. And then you get a little snippet of Thomas Jane going like...
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You checked?
Yeah, I checked. It's him. It's him. And one of the guys at the start, it's got this black and white opening, which I completely forgot about.
Oh, it's got Patton Oswalt.
Yes, Patton Oswalt as well. And Miriam Margolyes.
Oh yeah, for like one shot. Yeah. You're right.
No, she's in it more than I vaguely remembered her being in it when she popped up, and she's in it more than I thought. She's got a bit of a something to do. Yeah, that black and white opening, which really looks like old footage.
It does. It looks. Oh man.
One of the Fiona Apple videos was shot on a hand crank camera like they had in the 20s.
Wow.
And I wonder if it's the same camera that they used for that.
No, I love that beginning bit where I just feel... I think maybe when I first saw it, I thought it was actually a clip from a film from the 40s.
Yeah.
So that's an interesting little... what do you call that? Where it's...
framing device.
Framing device.
Yeah.
I mean, the narrator comes back at the end. I don't know if that counts as a framing device. I think it makes it feel like it's... like it could have been a book, like it's the way someone would tell a story in that way, or even like some oral storytelling, someone telling it around the fire. It's way too convoluted for that, but you know what I mean. Like it's not necessarily saying this really happened.
It's not about facts; it's about truth.
Yes,
and it's just is discussing universal truths. He's not talking about the actual facts of whether this did or didn't happen. It doesn't matter. The point of it happens all the time. And he does so much talking directly to us. And it's like there's so many lines that are just... I always think of... I went to see One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest a couple of weeks ago, the Prince Charles. And there's this one line that I've always loved in there, which is Harding says... that they're all getting on his back, and he says, I'm not talking about my wife, I'm talking about life. I'm talking about function and form and content. And he goes on, and it's just the writer telling us how to read the film. He's not talking about just this asylum. He's talking about life. He's talking about everything. This is a microcosm. And there's so much of that, just lines that are just talking to it. Like there's the one bit where Philip Seymour Hoffman's on the phone And he says to the guy on the phone, he's like, look, this is the bit in the movie where I'm asking for help and trying to find a long-lost son, you know. This is the bit where you help me.
Yeah.
And they're on the end, John C. Reilly and Claudia. Melora Walters.
Yes. Barbara Walters' wife.
Yeah. And they're sat there and they're talking. She's like, can we just say the truth? Can we just not?
Yes.
Can we just get through the piss and the shit and fucking just tell the truth? You know.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's PTA talk. Like that's him talking to us.
Yeah.
I also felt like you know that little kid he pops up at the start and he's trying to talk to John C. Reilly. And he tells him to rap to tell him who. And then he pops up again at the end. I feel like that is Paul Thomas Anderson. Because he was super young when he did and when he broke and when he did this. And he's trying to, I feel like with this he's kind of trying to break form, you know, like obviously there's the famous raining frogs at the end, which comes out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And obviously it's a film just about chance and random shit happening. But I feel like that's him trying to break the form. And when the kid is trying to tell this cop that he has something to say, he's got a point, and the cop just doesn't want to listen. Because he's the establishment, and it's sort of like, this is, there's no point listening to you. I feel like that's kind of PTA being like, look, I got something to say, and I feel like it's worth listening to, and you keep just doing things the same way, but maybe if you look somewhere else, you do something differently, then we can move on here.
Interesting. Do you think that was intentional or subconscious?
I think it was intentional.
Okay. Well, you should ask him then.
Well, I will.
All right.
I feel like that's such a student question. Are you?
Excuse
You're
me.
the kid who does the rap.
Paul, pleasure to meet you. I've got a question.
I've got a question.
I'm just wondering.
I need
nice
to.
hair,
You need
by the
to.
way.
That is something you'd say when you were like 12. You interviewed him. You have to say the word subtext at some point. But maybe I don't know if that's true, but that's an interesting point. I just thought in my head when I was rewatching this is the third time I think I've seen this. I remembered the crime and the worm and all that being something at the end.
I didn't remember it at all.
I thought there was it was going to be like the culmination of John C. Reilly's story was him solving the murder, but in my head it was, but it doesn't come up again. To be honest, I never really understood what the hell was going on with that storyline. I still don't really get it. What's happening
I
with
think it's pointless, and that's kind of the point.
But it always, but in my head it resolved, but it doesn't. But I do feel like, to me, it's very propulsive, and it's helped by the music a lot. And I mean, I just think the editing, the cross-cutting between all the characters works really well.
It's remarkable that it's as cohesive as it is. I just feel enchanted by it, like how he just keeps changing from character to character. And I honestly feel like I like all of the stories in this, which is very unusual. Usually you see something like this and you're like, well, I don't care about those characters. But I mean, obviously there are some better than others, but I think all of the stories were engaging, and I was never like, what's better than...
I mean, I was just thinking about Avatar, which we didn't actually talk about, but I was just thinking every time the spider shows up, I'm like... but in this, I'm like, I'm hooked. Whatever's happening, I'm hooked. I'm enjoying it, and he always seems to focus on the right things at the right times.
Yeah. Do you think it's good that they don't coalesce more?
They don't need to, really.
They don't. I feel like it's very on purpose that they don't. I tell you what, the first time I watched it, I really felt like all of the resolutions just came out of nowhere. Like it was just like, it's the end of the film, so now I'm just going to reveal all of the stuff that needs revealing.
I mean, there's some aspects I don't like. I don't like how his gun just drops out of the sky in front of him. I just always think, what's the point of that,
I quite like that.
Yeah, I don't know.
I feel like that's the sort of nod to it being a movie.
Yeah, it's just like, I don't know. It is kind of like saying, anyone who's at the moment going, this is ridiculous, the frogs, and then it's just one final nail in the coffin for those people. Like, yeah, we don't care about your opinion,
Yeah.
So I'm fine with that, I forgot how gross the frogs are.
Yeah, of course.
It's not like a fairy tale. It's
actually, let's just talk for a second. What an incredible visual effect.
Yes.
Doesn't it look amazing?
2000, yeah.
Like, that's
great.
Yeah, they look flawless.
There's definitely CGI, isn't there?
Yeah. All the wide shots are CG frogs.
It looks good. I mean...
There's also a bit where the rain stops on cue, which I'm guessing must be a visual effect. Maybe it's lots of rain machines and they composite them together or something like that, but I don't think the frame is too deep for it to just be a rain machine.
Yes.
And so I mean, this whole film looks incredible. It does from start to end. But
I mean, it's just classic Paul Thomas Anderson. I think he knew what he was doing from the start, really.
Yeah, I've not seen Hard 8.
No, me neither. So maybe he didn't know what he was doing at the start.
Maybe that's terrible.
It might be. Yeah.
But Boogie Nights looks great. And is also similarly sprawling.
Yes.
Quiz Kid Donnie Smith, William H.
I like
Macy.
his ending.
How many of the actors
Donnie Smith, yeah.
and people involved in this
Yeah.
are 3 name people? There's Paul Thomas Anderson, William H. Macy, John C. Reilly, Philip Baker Hall, Philip Seymour Hoffman.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think there's another one as well. Julianne Moore.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I've never seen so many. I feel like he attracts them.
Yeah.
Daniel Day-Lewis later.
Yeah. Donnie... Quiz Kid Donnie Smith.
Quiz Kid Donnie Smith is William H. Macy.
I like his acting.
Don't they just always... He plays such a good, pathetic loser.
He's so good. I like
about him in Boogie Nights as well.
Yeah, I prefer his character in Boogie Nights, I think.
Just so downtrodden. Just constantly walking in on his wife, doing it with some other guy.
I mean, he does end his life.
Yeah, I kind of expected him to in this.
Yeah.
I was just like, it's kind of impressive
I
that
had
he
this
doesn't.
weird feeling when I first saw this film that he was going to do something horrible, because I felt like I'd seen some clip of it or something. Like I was like, do I know what's going to happen? I felt like
a similar character in Fargo again.
Yeah, I guess that's what it is. Maybe I was just getting mixed up with
About 2
Fargo.
years before this,
But he doesn't do anything abominable in Fargo. In my head,
Wow. Apart from set up the entire thing.
No, but I meant like in my head he was going to end up murdering someone, like Taxi Driver. Like he was going to go out and kill someone. That was in my head the whole time. I was like, I swear I know what's going to happen.
He's
but
got a real manic energy to him.
Yeah.
Which is good.
Yes.
I love the idea that he's gonna try and get $5,000 when he's got nothing in the bank at all to get braces just because he fancies a bartender who has braces.
Yeah.
Everything about him is desperate.
He's completely pathetic. And I love that old fella at the bar.
Yeah.
The old queen.
who just ends up just completely having enough with him.
I know. Quite quickly, actually.
Yeah, he's just like, oh, okay, this guy is not worth talking to.
Yeah,
But his story, it culminates interestingly, I think. It's interesting that it gets linked to John C. Reilly's story. I wouldn't have put those two together.
Yeah.
But I feel like they kind of give each other a resolution in terms of, John C. Reilly is so unabashedly moral.
Yes.
And he's just very, this is this and this is that. And, kind of by the book, but also he sort of gets less so by the end, right? Because he's sort of, let's just put this back and we can set things right. And I think.
Do you think it's relevant when he corrects her swearing, and then when she's apologetic, he's like, why am I doing this?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like
that's funny as well.
That's his thinking.
It's a funny moment, yeah.
There's so many funny moments.
I mean, I love a lot of John C. Reilly's moments. Like, he's my favorite character in the film.
Yeah, he's so much bigger in the film than I remember.
Yes.
I almost kind of forgot that he was in it before.
Yeah.
And now he sort of almost feels like the main character.
He is. I mean, they end the film, don't they?
And they start it, really.
Yeah.
It's him that you first, because he's just sat in the car on his own.
Yes, yeah.
And you think he's got a rookie in the seat that he's training up, and he's just talking to himself. Saying that he's wholly moral, he does start, you think about it, because he's rude to the kid, and when he's dealing with Marcy, who's absolutely brilliant, who's hiding this body in her closet, but she doesn't really do anything to make you think, like, I certainly just, I thought that she maybe had, a lover and hiding in the bedroom or something like that, and there was really nothing that she did or said that seemed like there was reason for force, and yet he pulls his gun and he like clamps her to the chair.
He's not a good cop.
No, he's terrified the whole time.
He's terrible at his job as well. He's he's constantly messing up. He's scared and he's completely unprofessional.
Yeah.
I mean, flirting with the woman, asking her out on a date.
Yeah. Do you think that Claudia wanted to go on that date, or do you think that she was just
that's the
in
thing.
too deep?
I think she did, but I think it's not as straightforward as like, oh, he manipulated her into doing it.
I don't think that he purposefully manipulated. I think there's so much about power and abuse of power in this.
Yes.
And I wonder if that's just sort of him unknowingly abusing power in a way.
Because he's so innocent as well.
Yeah, and he's just like, well, I fancy you, and and why would you say yes unless you did fancy me?
Yeah.
But in her head, she's just like, I don't know if he's gonna like turn on me if I say no, or if
In
her head, there's anything that he could get her for, with the drugs and with the everything.
True. Yeah. I mean, yes, it's definitely. I think it's in the film. It's ambiguous. It could have just been a very, generic love story, but it has got that element of like, what's the power dynamic here? It's kind of weird.
But equally, it's like the cop and the symbol of. Is he protecting and because the lyrics as well over that bit when it's like it's just her at the end and it's the
Save
man
me.
song again. Yeah, save me. Yeah, and it's save me, please.
Yes. So I do think it's a good thing.
Yeah.
I think it's a nice, happy ending.
Well, good, because she deserves a break, frankly.
I know. Yeah. And I mean the reveal that her dad molested her.
Yeah,
is rough.
It's very well done. That was definitely the one.
It could have been a very melodramatic,
Yeah, the first time around, I was just sort of like, because he just says it. Or he doesn't just say it, he says, I cheated on you, and then the wife is like, well, The wife, his wife in this is quite an interesting character. She has basically nothing to do for the whole film, but we keep seeing little clips of her. And she just seems so desperately lonely, as everyone is in this,
Yeah.
And it's interesting. Because I feel like the message at the end is that, find someone to share your life with.
Mm-hmm.
Because when Philip Baker Hall's wife finds out about the molestation, she's like, you deserve to die alone for what you've done.
Yeah.
Like, that's the worst fate, is to be alone.
Yeah.
And in a film that's all about loneliness, it's kind of, I feel like it just keeps coming back to that. And this sort of
one is the loneliest
find
number.
someone to be with. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I feel like there's this need to find people.
Yes, I suppose that's true in all the stories.
I mean, everyone comes together with someone.
Yes.
Maybe that's why she has to run away on the date, Claudia, to leave John C. Reilly free to be there for William H. Macy, for quiz kid Donnie Smith.
Yeah, that's true.
Because he's got no one to go to,
Yes.
And it still gives them a moment. He needs that. Every character needs that moment of connection.
Yes.
But I feel like we haven't spoken about what most people think about when they think of Magnolia, which is what I'm pretty confident to call Tom Cruise's best performance.
Yeah, I agree.
I can't really think of anything else where he's this perfectly cast.
What's that film where it's the big hands?
What?
It is the huge hands. Hairy hands.
Tropic Thunder?
Yeah, Tropic Thunder, yeah.
Yes, he's good in that as well, actually, yeah.
That's not his best role, though.
No,
I don't think.
this is his best role.
Yeah.
This is his best role. The way he's introduced with the Strauss 2001. Like it's the evolution of man, and this is like the, the big next step. And he's just a dweeby Andrew Tate wannabe kind of
wearing a magician's outfit, basically.
Yeah, and he's very ahead of its time in that sense, But
if it was released today, people would say it was too
on the nose.
Yeah,
they would. So. They absolutely would. I think Tom Cruise is perfect in this.
Yeah,
I think.
When is he not? He's always great.
Honestly,
I love Tom Cruise, his acting anyway.
Yeah, I think he's a weird bloque.
Yeah.
I think
I love his films.
Plenty we can talk about, off screen, but when he's on screen and he's playing an action hero, I always root for him. I don't even mean to.
I love the films he makes. I love that he wants to save cinema. Yeah. I'm all for that.
Yeah. But he has that brilliant intro with Strauss and all of that, and then the illusion is genuinely built up. When you see him and he's all backlit and it feels very big and grand, and you're like, oh, okay, all right.
Oh, yeah.
And then I just love how quickly, the audience, as soon as you see the audience, you're just like, oh, all right. Yeah. The illusion completely drops away.
Yes.
You're just like, okay, it's one of these guys.
Yeah.
But he's just so hateable in that style. You got the poster thing behind him. There's someone catching a cat by the tail as says, "No pussy has 9 lives."
Oh, God.
And the way is just so odious. It's absolutely odious.
The weird thing is, I think the more I watch it, maybe I'm getting Stockholm syndrome, but I starting to like him. Isn't that bad? I don't want to like him.
No, I think it's interesting how well it manages to humanize a character who seems so beyond redemption at the start.
Yes, I sympathize with him. I think most people would by the end of this.
Yeah, like you understand that he's broken by circumstance. You know? And I feel like that's a lot of what this is. You know, abuse is a cycle.
Yes.
He teaches it, but also he's been a victim of it.
Yeah.
And I feel like probably if you went back to Philip Baker Hall's childhood, you know, he was probably hit by his dad or, you know, whatever. And, you know, there's so much talk in this of like, oh, the past. You know, he's like, oh, you got to put the past behind you. You know, if you're looking behind you, then you're not looking forward and all of this.
Yeah.
And the sort of the recurring line that I think Philip Baker Hall says it and William H. Macy says it. You might be through with the past, but it's not through with you.
Yeah.
And it's just such a sort of everything is consequences.
Uh-huh.
And in a film that deals a lot with chance and just random occurrences, it also deals a lot in cause and effect.
Yes, yeah.
You know, it is a tapestry. I gotta say, like, I was really impressed this time around. Like the way that it balances everything.
The only character who I don't relate to by the end is the pedophile. You know, but all the other ones.
That's very modern of you.
But all the other ones, I feel like I was gonna say that I relate to all the characters, but I don't relate to the pedophile. You know, I'm sorry if it's too woke. But what I like about that is that you do relate to him until he says that.
Yeah.
You find that out about him, and you're like, oh, maybe I was wrong.
Yeah.
I felt sorry for this guy. You know. But it's just it makes you think about it in an interesting way. I also liked that they put. I noticed that they put that scene straight before Tom Cruise's scene, which I thought worked really well in terms of the emotion, because that was quite an emotional moment.
This?
I know.
Having to put this together and balance it.
I was thinking that watching it, I was like, this is monumental. Like, I don't know how.
The fact that it works as well as it does is crazy. And
I think you could really learn something from studying this film in all sorts of ways. But yeah, the editing, the writing, how the characters cross paths. It just works perfectly for me.
I want to read the script, actually. I want to know how much of it is locked in at that stage.
Yes, yeah.
And how much of it is found in the edit.
Yes. And I've always loved the music as well. It's stuck in my mind about why I love the film.
Yeah.
There's just certain parts of the film where it just feels like constant rising tension for like 20, 30 minutes.
Yeah.
And then it will culminate, and then finally the music will stop. Like, I remember the music stops finally just when the TV show is starting. So then you're thinking, oh, something momentous is
that's a real moment when the TV show kicks off.
Yeah. It's because the music finally stops. That's what it is.
Yeah.
It's really smart. To me, it's just it's a roller coaster. You know, the whole film.
Yeah.
So I'm not good with saying insightful things. You know.
Nah, it's good.
I'm just trying. Yeah.
I love the interview as well.
Yeah, I do too.
They really drag it out.
It keeps coming back to it, doesn't it? Yeah.
April Grace plays the interviewer, and just the way that she manipulates Tom Cruise.
I know.
And she's so sort of, oh wow, really, you know, and enthusiastic. And it's just how easily he is manipulated, and how often actually he's spoken to, and his male assistant as well. They're both spoken to by the women around them like they're being spoken to by their mother.
Yes.
And she's just like, oh, that's good. That's wow, well done. Good point. Good boy. That's what she says. She said, good boy.
Yes.
Good boy. And Janet, his assistant on the phone to his right-hand man, she says the same thing. He's like, good boy, you know.
Oh, right.
And it's just so condescending and so patronizing, and as soon as she's on the phone to Tom Cruise as well, he just turns into a teenage boy. And she's like, just make a decision.
Yes.
You got to talk to him or you've got to not talk to him.
Yeah.
And he's like, give me a second.
Yes.
Give me a second.
He has a proper tantrum.
Cranky tantrum.
He starts shouting.
Yeah, exactly. You know, and obviously claims that he's escaped the past, but really he's still still that 14-year-old kid that had to look after his mum. You know,
Yeah.
he's just lost and needs direction. And
Yes.
I feel like Quiz Kid Donnie Smith is the same, right? He's not, you know. And then you've got the main kid who we haven't spoken about in the quiz show.
Yes. Donnie Brasco. What's his name?
I have no idea what that kid's name is. Stanley.
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 Yeah.
And he's saying, you know, and he goes to his dad at the end. He's like, "You got to be nicer to me." You know?
Yeah.
And it's just so heartbreaking.
I really.
But he could be now. Like he could grow up. He could be a Tom Cruise.
Well,
he could be a, you know.
To me, I just felt like, well, he's going to turn into Donnie in the future, isn't he? That's just his path.
Yeah. And,
But
well,
I
assuming
don't
he
know.
gets hit by lightning.
Yeah, he got his superpowers from that. I just love he's sitting there seeing the frogs and he says, "This is something that happens," and he's just so excited by this.
Michael Bowen, who we haven't spoken about, was Stanley's dad.
Oh yeah,
He's the rapey guy in Kill Bill who works in the it's not the morgue because the coma patients.
yes.
He says to the other parents, he says, "Well, you have to be subtly abusive."
Does he?
It's just like, oh wow, okay. And he is such a piece of shit.
Yeah, I don't relate to him.
He's
really.
awful. I mean, he really is the one
He's
character
awful,
that they give you nothing to like about.
I see.
Even
that,
when the kid comes in his room at the end, he's just like, "Just go to bed.
Yeah.
Just go to bed." There is nothing redeemable about him.
Yeah.
I wonder if that's. Had Paul Thomas Anderson worked with any kids in? There's no kids in Boogie Nights. I don't think there's any in Hard Eight.
No.
I just wonder if that was based on, you know, knowing kids' parents like that and show business and stuff like that.
Yeah,
It's
it
just
could well be.
You can tell that he feels no empathy for that character.
Yes,
he doesn't write him with any humanity whatsoever.
Who else?
Philip
Julianne
Seymour Hoffman and Julianne Moore.
Philip Seymour Hoffman.
Julianne Moore in this.
Philip Seymour Hoffman. Julianne Moore is very. I mean, at first I was like, I don't know if this is. I thought she was overacting.
I wish that she was in it more.
Yeah.
Because I've not seen her in a ton. But for me, I felt like this was her best performance, and I wanted more of it. She was the only character I felt like, give me more. Why am I seeing so little of her?
Yes.
Because her turnaround is so quick, really.
It is.
It's interesting because when you get her reveal, because it's so bleak at the start, the sort of the accepting of his fate, and you know, and the sort of the bleakness of Earl Partridge's situation as well, just lying there in bed, just waiting to die and being alone, and she's just. And when she gives that reveal, when she says, you know, I just married him for the money. Again, I guess it's another form of abuse, right? You know, I just married him for the money, and that's all I wanted, and now I have fallen in love with him as he's dying, and I don't want it. And there's again, like, it's just desperation, and it's just abuse, and you just feel for her so much. And when she's saying, "Oh, you know, I cheated on him, and I did all this," and it's basically the same speech that he then gives, talking about his previous wife.
Yeah.
And it's like, you know, I cheated on her, and here was the love of my life, and I didn't appreciate her, and then I left her, and all of this, you know, and like. They're just too. Maybe that's why they relate, is because without ever speaking about that to each other, they.
Yes.
You know, they've attracted that same kind of thing.
Yeah.
But no, man, it's just so crushingly sad, everything about her story. And just when she wakes up in the hospital at the end, the doctor's like, "Oh, it's going to be okay, don't worry." And she's just staring, and she's like, she doesn't want to be okay. She doesn't want to be here. She wanted to die.
Yeah.
You know?
She can just start anew.
But now she's fallen in love. And she's got all this money that she doesn't want.
I don't understand her problem with that. Just give it to whoever.
Yeah, I feel that, you know. But I think she just doesn't want the faff of it.
I think she feels so guilty that she doesn't even want to get it at all. Yeah. She doesn't feel like she deserves to even have say on who gets that money.
Yeah. But she would have, if she was adjusting the will anyway, it would have been up to her.
True.
So, you know, it's not a perfect film. It is a bit messy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's not
I think it's as cohesive as it can be, given what it is and how much is going on with it. But it is a bit messy.
Yes.
And I can totally understand someone hating it as someone who didn't love it. I didn't hate it, but I really didn't love it at all.
I do hear people saying they don't like it, but I've never heard really the reasons. So I was kind of interested to see why you didn't like it. You know,
I think it does. It defies certain rules.
I understand
storytelling.
if you didn't like it because they sing or
I didn't love
the
that
raining
bit,
frogs.
you know.
I understand that.
It's fine. I get
But it is
the,
very intentional.
I get the singing bit, but I don't love it.
I don't love it. I like them singing, but it goes a bit too far. I don't like that the dying guy is singing.
Yeah, yeah.
It reminds me of the Muppets or something.
Yeah, exactly.
There was someone else who I thought, why is he singing? I mean, just the idea of Tom Cruise's character listening to Amy Mann in the car is funny. It kind of takes me out of the moment.
Yeah.
I don't know if anyone's parodied it. Like, I can imagine Family Guy parodying it and it being really funny, like all the characters singing a song together. It is a really fun, like, opportunity for great parody, but I'm
sure they have. It's quite interesting.
Yeah.
What it reminded me of was the end of American Beauty, which is the same year in which won Best Picture when this lost.
Right, yeah.
And there's the sort of overhead shot where it's just constantly just dollying from side to side, and it's just all of the characters lying in bed when they hear the gunshot. And it's just all of their reactions to that. And it kind of reminded me of that. So it didn't bother me because I kind of had that in my head, I suppose. And do you think American Beauty is the better film? But I've not seen.
Yeah,
American Beauty in
that's
years.
we do need to watch that as well, because I did watch it, but I think I was like half asleep, and I had to rewatch it, and I was also half asleep the second time.
I've watched it a fair few times, but not for years.
Yeah.
It was a big inspiration for Shift, I think.
Yeah. I need to
Around the
rewatch
time.
it, like as you did with Magnolia. So if we ever get round to this year again, I would like to do that film, because I did not get why people loved that film.
Oh, really? Okay.
But I think I just was like missing several scenes.
I feel like people have changed their tune on it since Spacey,
and the whole plot being a bit dodgy as well. I can imagine people these days not really being into that.
What, just gay stuff?
No, isn't he like into schoolgirl?
Oh yeah, yeah.
So, any more thoughts on
Many thoughts.
Magnolia? Oh shit, he's got the 7-page booklet out.
I'm gonna rattle through some of these.
Yeah. I'll try not to interrupt.
Oh, I thought this was quite nice. I don't know if this is anything. Earl Partridge. I only remember his name, Jason Robards' character, because his name is Earl, which is Paul Thomas Anderson's dad's name. And at the end it says for FA and EA, which is Fiona Apple and Earl Anderson.
Oh, I didn't realise. Did anyone die during this? Because I was thinking this is the sort of film you make.
Many people died.
No.
Every day.
No.
Every day.
You know what I mean?
Many people have died while we've been filming this.
God, to rest in peace to some of them, and good
Yeah,
riddance to
good
others.
riddance to the others, yeah.
Because it felt like the sort of
has that
film
kind
you'd
of-
make when after grieving from something, you know.
I don't know. I didn't look it up.
I didn't either. I was hoping you would.
Yeah.
Well, he'll know.
This is the kind of quality content you can expect.
I don't know. If you want info, just go on IMDb.
Yeah, look at the facts. They're all fact-checked.
Yeah. Also, we forgot to say Philip Seymour Hoffman is great.
Oh, yeah. When he's ordering the porn...
Oh, he doesn't even think about it being awkward.
Playboy?
Yeah.
Have you got Playboy? Yeah. Oh, okay, yeah. And like every time there's like a pause, you're like, Playboy?
Hustler?
Penthouse?
Yeah,
Hustler?
yeah.
You go.
Yeah. The first time I thought, oh, he's a dirty dog. But the second time, I'm like, no, he's not bothered at all. He's just trying to get in touch with Frank.
He's Mr. Clean.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good. That reveal
And
that
when
he's
she
just
says,
looking for that is
and when
great.
she says, "Do you still want the milk?"
Yeah,
You know,
you
and
still
he's like,
want
"What? What do you
Of
mean?"
course I do.
That's great. Yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting.
So he's like a sort of angelic figure. Does the dog die?
Yeah, the dog dies.
Oh, it does, doesn't it? Because
Yeah.
it goes
It's
off
just
in
one
a
of those
body
random
bag.
moments of chance. That
There's
they,
not.
like,
It doesn't. I
don't
was
know
trying to
what-
remember if it
What do you
causes
think that
anything.
means? Why does the dog die?
What purpose it has?
Yeah.
I don't know. I wasn't sure.
I do love when Tom Cruise keeps saying, "I will drop kick those dogs."
I know. Yeah. I was just thinking. Yeah. Does it cause something later? Like, does it stop something from happening? It doesn't. Really.
No, it doesn't. I guess that's just for Philip Seymour. Maybe it's just that. It's just Philip Seymour Hoffman, like you say, is completely moral, is completely angelic. There is nothing bad about him, and even he, in a moment of chance and just a mistake, caused a death over the course of this film.
Yes, I was. Yeah, I do see that. Because I was thinking, other than that, I would see him as faultless, like the one character who's faultless.
But even then, you don't get to see him react to that. You don't get to see him be
No.
like, "Oh, bollocks, I killed a dog.
Yeah.
Shouldn't have done that."
Oh, I also love his reaction to the frogs, where he's like, completely shocked, and then he says, "Oh, there are frogs falling from the sky." I love that. I love that shot so much, where he's just like completely bewildered for like 10 seconds straight.
Yeah.
It's like, "Oh, they're frogs falling from the sky."
That
I
is how
love
it
it.
would be. You'd be like, what
it's
is
such
going
a
on?
good reaction. And a lot of the other characters, I mean, I was thinking Donnie barely reacts. Well, that's what I was thinking.
Smacked in the
But it was
face
like
and
the
then
frogs hadn't
falls from great height.
Like John C. Reilly's character is getting bombarded with frogs, and Donnie somehow is not until a bit later. And then he gets hit, and it's like, I don't know how that works scientifically, but you know.
I don't know. I don't have an answer.
I don't know what was going on there, but how did he not hear all the frogs like? And he wasn't like, "What's going on?" You know, or maybe he did.
He's a bit thick. He used to be smart, now he's stupid.
Yeah. yeah. Yeah, I like the frogs scene. I think it ties it together, you know.
It is random, but I feel like it keeps the film true to itself when there are other parts of it that have to follow the sort of cinema formula.
Mm-hmm.
There's the bit where Tom Cruise, he's just had the interview and he's had the phone call, then he goes back on stage and he sort of starts having a bit of a whitey and he's like, "Oh God, you know." And he says, "And we look now into the not so unknown future." And I feel like, again, that's him talking to us, and he's like, "Well, you know, it's a movie, so you know there's going to have to be a redemption arc. Like, you know where this is going now because you've seen this." And I feel like it's a way of keeping that chance and that random thing that is kind of supposed to be about these weird occurrences.
Yeah.
Because so much else of what's going on at that time is the cinematic construction, is the sort of, well, we've set all of this up and so it has to pay off.
Yeah.
And so it's kind of like, but weird random stuff does still happen, frogs.
Yeah. To me, I just think that's the difference between a good film and a great film. It's
frogs.
A lot of yeah, frogs, yeah. I just think it just shows he's got balls and he's got a vision. I think a lot of filmmakers would be too scared to do something like that. And it's an exciting climax as well.
It is. It's so out of nowhere.
And it affects everyone.
And it's also something you've never seen before. There's not much you can do in cinema, even by 99. That's something that you haven't seen before.
Yes.
And I feel like that year, it's very easy to point to The Matrix as a film that came out that year. Here's something we've never seen before. The Matrix, you got Dark City, and you got all of the anime stuff, and you got all of the, you know, like, there is always stuff that you have, you know. But you've never seen raining frogs in a film before. That is something you've genuinely never seen before.
The Ten Commandments. I don't know if it's.
Yeah,
is that
it is very biblical.
Well, there's a guy with the sign, right? Exodus sign. He gets kicked out of the game show.
Yeah,
that's a reference. I think if you looked up whatever quote that was, it's to do with.
Do you think
pestilence or
this
something.
is a film that makes a case for God?
This God does exist in this film. I think it's beyond coincidence. But then again, they always seem to say. I heard John C. Reilly saying, "Oh, Jason Robards has actually said he experienced a rain of frogs when he was a child." It's like, okay, well, he was dying. You know, I don't believe him. You know,
he died the next year.
Yeah.
Jason Robards.
Yeah,
which sucks because he's great.
He was really good.
He's so good.
I'm glad he got a good speech in the film as well. Good monologue.
Yeah, me too. I'm glad they gave him that.
Yeah. God, there's so much to say. I feel like we're never going to have this much to say about another film. It's so big.
It's so big. It's too long.
Well, I didn't have this much to say about Avatar, though, and that was just as long, maybe longer. Yeah. I had nothing to say, really. Not much.
There aren't as many characters. I mean, there's so much going on in this.
Yes.
Avatar just takes its time doing what it does.
Yeah. It feels like Paul Anderson was trying to make his masterpiece. Yeah. Which is funny, because this was his third film, wasn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, it's got that sort of energy to it.
Yeah. Even the name Magnolia, it feels like he was trying really hard. But what I was trying to say is that I like how bold it is, considering how young he was. I think he was 29, was he?
Yeah, he was 29 when it came out, so probably 28 when he made it. Which is depressing as hell.
Yeah. I don't want to think about that too much. But
good movie though.
Great movie.
Out of 10?
5 bags of popcorn.
Fantastic. 5 bags of popcorn out of 10.
Yeah. No, you know what? 6.
Oh, wow.
6 bags of popcorn. And a Magnolia.
Yeah, I'm going to give it a 2 out of 10 just to stir up debate. 2 out of 10 points it didn't get because it got the other 8.
Wow. So you're giving it an 8?
Yeah, I think so.
I'll give it a 9, I think.
I'll give it an 8 plus.
I'll give it a 9.5.
Whoa.
I really like it.
Yeah.
And I did for a while say it was my favourite film.
Wow. Okay.
It's one of them.
Yeah.
I really, really enjoyed this film.
It's definitely a film that feels like it can be someone's favourite film.
Yeah.
And I like that. And whenever someone tells me something is their favourite film, I'll always watch it.
Yeah.
Because I feel like it takes a certain kind of film to be someone's favourite film.
Some people's favourite film is Sing 2.
I don't know if it is.
I think it is.
I don't know.
Like, there's like adults who be like, oh, my favourite film is Sing 2.
If someone tells me their favourite film is Sing 2 and they mean it, I'll watch it.
Okay.
I'll watch that film.
Yeah. But will you lose respect for them when you watch it and like, oh,
I don't know, maybe
this
it's
isn't
great.
this isn't good.
I've not seen a second of Sing 2.
I haven't seen Sing 1.
No, me neither. And on that bombshell, realizing how incompetent we are, that we haven't even seen Sing 2, the cinematic masterpiece. Yeah. Let's get out of the film hole.
We've got another singer to talk about.
Very good. Let's sing the praises.
Yeah.
Of,
and
Fiona
she
Apple.
is singing.
Sing again.
Yeah. I was trying. I couldn't get it there.
Yeah, that's good.
I was trying to work it out. But...
Fiona Apple.
Who?
When the pawn hits the conflicts, he thinks like a king. What he knows throws the blows when he goes to the fight. And he'll win the whole thing, for he enters the ring. There's no body to batter when your mind is your might. So when you go solo, you hold your own hand. And remember that depth is the greatest of heights. And if you know where you stand, then you know where to land. And if you fall, it won't matter, because you'll know that you're right. Is the full title of this album by Fiona Apple.
First of all, that's a terrible title. That's a really bad title. I don't like that sort of poetry either. You know, it's the same problem I have with Bob Dylan's albums. You know when you read the back of a Bob Dylan album and it's like, and then the fight is of the night and then the light. It's like, it wouldn't have made a good song. So he puts it on the back. It's like he couldn't think of music that would fit. It's the same with this title. Like, she couldn't have turned that into a song.
I think it's quite nice. I was ecstatic when you chose this.
Yeah.
Because I didn't even know that you liked Fiona Apple. And I've loved her for years. But specifically, just a couple of months ago, I went through this weird little phase where I just wouldn't listen to anything else. I was just listening to Fiona Apple.
Okay.
And I was like, God damn, why are there only 5 albums? I just want more.
Yeah.
And I just had them all on loop. I would basically listen to all those 5 albums every day for about a month. And so when you said this, I was like, yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Which I think is how you felt about Magnolia. I was like,
yes. Yeah.
So obviously the two are very linked, as we've said.
Yes.
But also, as well as just because of the tangible links between the two, I feel like there's thematic links in terms of abuse and whatever, but also in terms of spirit and just the sort of this overarching, very auteuristic kind of vision that is just seen through without any sort of compromise.
Yeah.
I feel like she directs this album, which she said she went to the set of Magnolia and she saw the way the PTA was directing and she was like, that's what I want to do for this album.
Yeah.
And I adore Tidal, her first album, and a ton of the songs on that album are up there right in my favorite of her stuff. But you can hear how it's more down the line, I suppose, but it's just, you listen to this and immediately it's different. Immediately it's Fiona Apple. Like, this is very much... Like,
she suddenly found herself. I don't feel like it necessarily sounds like she found herself on the first album.
Yeah, I don't know if it's that she hadn't found herself, but that she didn't know if she could put herself fully out there.
Yeah, well, it could be it, yeah.
You do need a bit of clout. You need a bit of clout to be, especially, as a 17-year-old girl. Yeah. you need to be able to sort of...
I feel like Criminal always...
I love that song.
No, it's a great song. I'm just saying, does it sound like Fiona Apple?
Yeah, kinda.
Yeah, kinda, yeah. But not as much.
But not as much as this.
it's just, to me, it's like, oh, that's a great song. I love
Yeah.
that song.
This does so much with rhythm and melody that she would then take forward in a way
Yeah,
that's really uniquely.
I also think if I heard Criminal, I would think that's a great song, but I wouldn't think, oh, I need to know who sang that.
Yeah. Okay.
Because I think they're going to have a great album. I don't
Yeah.
know. I wouldn't
Yeah.
think that. It's a great single, though.
Yeah, and this has great singles. But
Yes.
it wasn't until listening slightly more obsessively on purpose to this album for this that I really appreciated the singles as much as I do. Because I would have said before this that my favourite songs on the album were probably A Mistake
Yeah.
and Love Ridden, neither of which were singles.
Yeah.
And listening back and really just sort of thinking about what's been stuck in my head and things like that, the singles make so much sense. And I do
Okay.
think that they were the right choice. But I don't think that there is a bad choice of single for this album. I feel like you could really put any of them out,
Yeah.
and I'd say the same thing.
I kind of agree, because I mean, I hadn't heard this album, really. I heard a couple songs, I think, but listening to it, I didn't know what the singles were. Unlike with Tidal, where I thought, Criminal is clearly the single here.
Yeah.
This one, it just felt like, okay, this could have been the single. I had no idea.
Yeah.
Really.
Have you seen the videos then, the PTA videos?
No, I've seen one of them, a paper bag as well.
That's such a good video.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll get to that when we talk about the songs. So the way we're going to do this, so that if you want to listen along at home, listen to the song and then hear what ramblings we have to say about it, we'll take it track by track and jump in with track one.
First song is On the Bound.
On the Bound.
Great starter.
It really sort of sets the mood. It sort of immediately you get that. It's got that cool, weird lo-fi drum sound at the start.
Yeah.
Kind of like, okay, this is something different.
A weird rhythm.
Yeah, it's got
To the
this almost
whole
sort of
backing.
circus.
Boom, dang,
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like it's got a kind of a fairground vibe to it almost.
Like a pom pa sort of.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see that.
Yeah.
It's just got a weird, like, drunken rhythm, it feels to me.
Yes. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, it feels unwieldy and like it's bounding along, I guess.
Yes.
Yeah. I think she knew the track listing and the order from the start.
Yeah.
And so this is designed to be a first song. Because I feel
Yeah, it
like,
feels like that.
with that chorus, that "You're all I need," that's really catchy. And that, what we were saying about kind of any song could be a single. It kind of feels like this could have been crafted into a kind of little, pop song with.
Yeah.
There's that incredible like the flow that she gets, the way it sort of snowballs with the syllables in each line as it gets to the the blue you imbue.
Yes, yeah.
That bit just feels so. It's almost like one of those satisfying videos, where it's sort of like it would be easy to turn the meat and bones of what's there into something really poppy and singly, and yet it rambles on for what is it, like 6 minutes or something?
Yeah.
And it's got this long instrumental in the middle. It's got this long outro as well, which is, for an artist who's renowned for her lyricism, I always think it's interesting when you have a song which is okay. Listen to the arrangement and the sort
That's
of
a good point. Yeah.
And I feel coming off Tidal and it being a lot more stripped back and simple, this is her being like, listen to, this is going to new places. The future's on the bound. It's going to be something else.
So in a way, the whole song's her announcing her plans,
to come.
not just for this album but her career.
Yeah, I like to think.
And how popular was this album when it came out? I don't actually know.
This album was nowhere near as
It wasn't mainstream.
as big as Tidal. I think
really?
I think a lot of people, because people loved that, and then this comes out, and I think it was a lot sort of. This is weird. It's interesting because when I listen to it just myself, all I hear is the poetry and the sort of. And how interesting it sounds, and you just sort of get swept up in it and taken off in this whole other world kind of thing. As soon as I listen to it with someone else who is not a musician or is not obsessive about music in the way that we are, I think that then I sort of hear it for its weirdness in a way I don't otherwise. And it's the same. It's the same with Fetch the Bolt Cutters. It's like. It feels very musical, very rhythmic, and very musically cohesive, interesting, and its own thing. when I listen to it myself, and then when I listen to it with someone else, it's sort of, you can feel them sort of tense up. Like, it sort of has this physical impact on people. And you hear all of the sort of dissonance and the way things are rhythmically strange. They are. Like, she has a very distinct rhythmic sensibility, I think.
Yes.
And you see it come through really well in When the Pawn, in a way that she then takes forward into her other stuff.
Yeah. You can tell like, how talented she is on the piano. She doesn't need to, solo or whatever. But it's just, it really, her songwriting wouldn't be the way it is if she was writing on guitar.
You're right, it does. Sometimes the way that she sings even just sounds like piano keys going up and down, it's sort of got a weird...
Yes, you don't notice it at first, or I didn't, but a lot of the songs have a sort of jazz feel. She's kind of like she's singing maybe like Billie Holiday, or like some of these old torch singers. She's doing it like that.
Yeah.
Which you don't really notice at first because of all the crazy production going on. But these songs would work. These songs would all be great acoustically on just her and piano.
Yeah.
But anyway, I feel like we should probably talk about the next song. So the next song is To Your Love.
To Your Love.
So we were just listening to it, and I was just thinking, I really don't want to keep going on about the production, but I love the instrumentation. I love the wacky. I noticed just when we were listening to it, there's like in the middle bit, there's like a, like that Exotica woman from the 50s, that sort of weird like space age music.
Do you think that's Fiona Apple?
No, I don't think so. I think it was too like operatic and.
I don't know.
But maybe.
She's a hell of a singer. I think it's interesting because she's so traditionally talented in terms of her voice and her range.
Yeah.
There's a real classicism to what she can do.
Okay.
And I find it fascinating that she chooses to reject that at times, and she takes it into growls and aggressive vibrato and all sorts. And it's a real choice with her in a way that...
Well, she does that in this song, doesn't she? When she says, "My daring do allows me to dance the rigatune around you," which is a great line. Yeah.
This first verse: "Here's another speech you wish I'd swallow, another cue for you to fold your ears, another train of thought too hard to follow, chugging along to a song that belongs to the shifting of gears."
Yeah.
It sounds, that could easily just be to the masses who are ignoring her because it's, it's too poetic, it's intellectual, it's not what is expected, and it's just sort of, I'm trying to say something new, I'm trying to move the track, and you don't want to listen.
I love this song. I love the chords. I mean, the chords in the previous song are great too. They're just weird. And I do think it helps that she's on piano, that she can think of weird shit like that. We organized this podcast quite quickly. Yes. I feel like if I'd had more, like several weeks, I would have like gone through all the songs and worked them out on piano.
Yeah.
It's really
it should be said that we decided on this, 3 days ago or something like that. So haven't gone quite down any rabbit holes.
Maybe in other ones we'll go a bit more deep. I do feel like I needed more time with this album, to be honest. Like it deserves it.
Why did you choose it?
I just thought it worked with Magnolia, to be honest. I just thought, that would make sense to do.
Because I didn't make the connection at first. It took me, embarrassingly, I think, a couple of hours before it was like, they were going out at the time, right?
Yeah.
And then I started looking for all of these links. There's so many of them. But I think this song is directed at the masses. I think this is a rally against the attempt to embrace her that then turned so cold after that MTV speech. And also that, this is such a great line, isn't it? It's hard, "Don't be down, my demeanor tends to disappoint. It's hard enough even trying to be civil to myself." It's like, that's so good, And I think that's, people calling her a brat. Yeah. And she's like, no, I can't even be civil to myself. I'm not going to put on a face for the cameras,
Yeah.
And she never has done. She's always been unabashedly herself.
Yeah.
Which is cool.
It's very cool.
In the true sense of the word. Like, she is cool in the original sense. And I think that she would have made every album that she's made exactly the way that she has done. Whether, people had loved her from the start and embraced her or not. I feel like this is just the path that she's on.
Yeah. So, Limp by Fiona Apple.
Oh, this one's by Fiona Apple.
Yeah, this one's by Fiona Apple. And John Bryan. The problem is, we just watched the music video, and I'm just like watching the video at that point, you know, like.
Well, Limp is the song that before really sitting and surgically listening, I suppose, I would have been like, I don't really get why that's a single. And when,
yes, I'm at that stage at the moment.
Right.
I don't care much for this song in particular. I like the way the chorus comes in.
I would have thought from a production point of view, you would have been most excited by this so far. I mean, even just the percussion, just like
That's it though. Well, what else is exciting? It's fine. I like it, but it's not one of my favorites on the album.
For me, I find this whole album to be very much on a level.
I don't think it's
a weak link.
No.
I'm not saying it's a bad song, but I'm saying that I would really struggle to put this in any kind of order.
Okay.
Because usually you have your favorites. And I really don't have favorites with this album. But like obviously we said that the first track feels immediately like Fiona Apple as we know her, but this is the sort of the one where it could be from any of her following albums. This is one that you could put in a playlist of who is Fiona Apple, what's she about? And I feel like someone would get it a bit.
Yeah. The next track is Love Ridden by Fiona Apple.
This was my favorite song on the album when I first listened to it, I think. I don't even know if consciously it was, but I remember when I listened to the album again, or I lined it up for the second time or something, I was like, oh, great, Love Ridden. I remember being excited for it to come up. And it stuck in my head in a way. Not because it's a catchy song.
No. I think the lyrics really do a lot of the heavy lifting with this one.
They do. It's lyrics forward.
They're simple but effective. The music isn't particularly exciting, but you know. No, I just mean it doesn't need it, you know.
No, it's you know.
I like it. It's a nice song.
Yeah, but that chorus, that sort of, there's a yearning and an acceptance of moving on in that has to come.
Well, it feels like a divorce song instead of a breakup song to me.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
This has been culminating for a long time.
Yeah, this has been coming.
It's over, and I'm not even that sad.
No,
anymore.
And you're aware that you're still going to be in each other's lives. It's not. There's no anger. There's no, like it's just. This is how it has to be.
Resigned. Yeah, in a way.
It's, I think, the saddest song on the album, or at least the most traditionally sad presented song, because there are songs that deal with sad subjects, but they're bombastic, and you know, like this is just sort of it's melancholy. That's what it is.
Yeah.
There's a melancholy to this.
This Paper Bag was the third single? Second. I like the feel of this song. It's kind of swingy. It's got a bit. Well, I thought she was saying "Daydreaming Boy," which is a reference to "Daydream" by To Love and Spoonful. It's a very similar vibe. Yeah, doing like swingy sort of thing, and he's like, it's, the daydreaming boy, but he's the daydreaming boy, and then she talks about daydreaming boy. So I think it's, unless it was subconscious, I think it's a reference.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, and it's a very similar vibe.
I always thought of this as like a middle album, where it builds and all of the meat and the exciting stuff is there in the middle, and it's sort of, it has to build up into it, and then it kind of fades out a little. You know, and it's sort of this being, you know, the peak of good the stuff. Middle and the peak of the good stuff. Yeah. But I don't think it's necessarily the catchiest song on the album, but it does feel like, you know, this is the big single, if you know what I mean. But going back to it, I was like, oh yeah, this is the album where it sort of goes, you know, and it's sort of up and down, and all of the good stuff is in the middle. But I don't feel that anymore. No. And I think it's just that the others in my mind have raised to its level, rather than that it has come down in my estimations in any way.
A mistake. Now, this is one that I do think stood out to me. This wasn't a single.
No, this wasn't a single, and I think this is what I usually say is my favourite song on the album if I have to give an answer. And I don't know if that's true, but it's it's pretty great.
But as someone who's not listened to the album that many times, to me this is something I would rather listen to than Paper Bag.
No, I definitely thought, I was like, why is this not a single? It's just so it's such a catchy line, and it's a great line as well. You know,
I like the concept.
I've acquired quite a taste for a well-made mistake.
Yeah,
that's such a great idea for a song. Even
it gives you a good sense of the person singing without necessarily saying anything explicit other than I want to make a mistake. You kind of go, oh, I see what's going on.
On purpose. Yeah.
Yeah. I think everyone can relate to it a bit, you know.
I do, yeah.
You know, it's a universal message. It's fun.
It is, and it's got that brilliant. It's got like the Revolution guitar.
Yeah.
You know, the which keeps coming back.
Yeah.
That sort of weird,
Yeah.
super distorted DI thing.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like,
Yeah. Yeah.
and it's full of cool sounds.
It is.
I think that's the thing. It sounds really cool.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like there's nothing.
Yeah.
You know, because I can imagine someone listening to, say, on the Bound,
Yeah.
and thinking, you know, that the stuff I was saying is kind of fairgrounding. They might think is like it's silly. You know, it's too up and down and kind of, you know, like there is no one who could listen to this and say it sounds anything other than cool.
Yeah.
Like, it's a great sound.
And if anything, this would be the song. Maybe I would disagree with myself if I listened to the rest of the songs, but this is the one that I would expect to hear on the radio. I just think it's like melodic the whole way through. It's got nice changes in between the verses and the chorus, you know.
Yeah.
It's a good song.
I
Works
wonder
well.
if your opinion of this being more commercial, I suppose, is what you're saying, if that stands with Fast As You Can, the next track.
Fast as you can. Okay, I'd forgotten this song existed. This is really catchy as hell.
It's a pretty good single, right?
Yeah.
It's a proper
It's a good first single.
statement.
I wasn't listening to what the lyrics were about. I was enjoying the video. The video's great.
Yeah, it's a good video. This is the one that was definitely shot by Robert Elswit. It's
Right,
on the hand crank camera, but I thought maybe they might have used for the opening of Magnolia as well.
Oh, this is the one where it's like run away from me. Fast
Yeah,
as you
exactly.
can.
Yeah. This is it's a sort of a warning and saying, like, don't know how fucked up I am.
Yeah.
Careful. But it's done with such energy and aplomb.
Yeah.
You know, like maybe this is the song version of the Manic Pixie Dream Girl
Yes.
cliche, and the sort of like it is enticing.
Yeah.
And yeah, she's telling you she's a bunch of red flags, but equally listen to the way she's telling you. It's great.
Yeah. I love the piano riff. It keeps coming back. Boom, bam, boom, bam, boom, bam. It's really cool.
Yeah.
And also the way it goes into a different time signature halfway through, it's like 6/8, like a sort of doo-wop song.
Yeah.
And I was trying to remember how it goes back in, and it just like goes silent for a bit, and then just it just comes straight back in. It sounds awesome. Yeah, I think this is definitely the most fun single.
It is. And again, like I don't feel like we've mentioned, you know, we talk about the instrumentation and it sounds great and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But the drums in this, again, you know, it's like really there on Limp, because Limp is a little sparser, but like there's more going on in here. And this is how many albums by solo artists can you really listen to and say, God damn, the drums?
Yes.
Is Matt Chamberlain, who was Tori Amos's drummer as well, you know? And is on fire on this. This makes me want to look into his back catalog as well, you know.
And they sound good as well. Sound great.
And they disappear into the background, just keep the beat going when they need to as well, you know.
Yeah.
So it's like they're not too in your face, like they're doing their job as well.
Yeah.
What is the next track?
Okay, so the next song is The Way Things Are, which is one which I always think I don't know that one. And then I hear it and I'm like, oh, that's my favourite song on the album. I love that song. That's the one that I always have stuck in my head.
Oh,
wow,
really?
That's the one I've had stuck in my head the most.
Okay, that's interesting.
Keep on calling me names, you know. It's so
that
good.
bit.
And I'm much better. Both of those bits go stuck in my head
Is
separately.
that mid-late when that comes? Because that is sort of just replaces the verse. It's like there's two different verse structures.
And they're both catchy.
But I think that second one, when it comes in, it's such a revelation, I suppose. When that new melody comes in, it's great.
Yeah.
So catchy.
I think it's one of the most accessible songs, probably.
Okay, yeah.
Just in terms of it being catchy. I'm only basing that on the fact that it stood out to me. So that's why I'm thinking it's probably accessible.
Yeah, I think I've lost perspective on what's catchy and what's not, because I've heard them all so many times that they all get stuck in my head.
Yeah. What are the lyrics about?
I wouldn't know what to do with another chance if you gave it to me. I couldn't take the embrace of a real romance. It'd race right through me. Again, there's this acceptance with it. A nihilism and a pointlessness to it, I suppose.
It's like, this is just going to happen.
Yeah. Like this is a pattern and it repeats.
Keep on calling me names and I'll keep kicking the crap till it's gone.
Yeah.
It's just like, this has happened before.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
There's a sarcasm in that, you know, and it's sort of, she's full of sarcastic wit. I think when you see her talk as well,
Yeah.
she's funny and she's sarcastic and she's witty and.
I forgot to mention that in the first song when it's "You're all I need." But then she says, "And then some faith would do me good." It's like she doesn't even have faith in her own words. So that's how I took it.
Yeah, I get that. Yeah.
Anyway, so this next number is "Get Gone." Listening to this, I'm at the stage where I remember the songs, but I don't remember which one's which.
Yeah.
This is the one that. Well, this is another
this
one.
is the name of this song.
Yes, yeah. This is another one that I get stuck in my head.
Yeah. When I said I kept singing Limp all day.
Yeah.
It was also this.
Yeah, you're not benefiting. That's so catchy.
Sing it again, sing again. Oh God, it's so good.
And then the chorus, and that's not even the chorus.
No.
And the chorus is great.
Oh,
And the
God.
words are great. This maybe is my favorite song on the album.
It's so good. And every part of it is so good.
And we're back to angry Fiona, which I like.
I like angry
I like
Fiona.
that she's back. Especially when she's angry, but in a catchy way. It's like, hell yeah, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know what to say. It's just, this one's a lot of fun.
It's bombastic. It's it's cathartic, I think.
Yeah.
And you can feel her. I feel like you can feel her getting stuff out. She allows her voice to break in that really interesting way. She's sort of, you know, there are whole parts of this song where it's sort of almost guttural.
I can imagine being angry and listening to this song.
Yeah.
Feeling really good. Like going out for a walk and listening to it really loud in your earphones. Like, yeah. Fucking sing again.
Yeah. But there's also a bleakness to it. You know, what she's singing about is not something impersonal. Is like it maintains that deep intimacy and also the sort of high stakes. You know, like she says, how many more times can it escalate before it elevates to a place where I can't breathe? I think is the lyric.
Yeah.
You know, and that is the reality. You know, it's that thing of, you know, of like, you know, men are scared that women will embarrass them and women are scared that men will kill them, you know. And it has that kind of, there's a dangerous edge to everything in this song.
All of these songs are very intimate. I mean, I think they were on the first album as well.
Yeah, I mean, everything she's ever done. I don't think that she is capable of writing in a way that isn't that open. I imagine that it's a cathartic process for her writing.
Yes, and I do feel sometimes like I shouldn't be listening to what she's singing.
I think never more so than with Fetch the Bolt Cutters.
Yeah. I don't know if I've heard every song on that album.
Oh man, you got to listen to that.
I do. I will definitely check it out after this.
Please do.
I will say. I keep saying I will say. I need to work on that. I need to stop saying I will say. I will say. I didn't know much Fiona Apple. I knew a few of her songs and I liked them.
Yeah. Have you enjoyed your deep dive so far?
I have so far, yes.
Wonderful.
And
we've only got one more song.
I can't wait to find out which one. Yeah, I will be checking out more of her work.
Good. You better.
Yeah. Not. So the final song for this incredible album.
Don't say it like that.
Is I Know. Is that what it's called? Yeah.
I don't like how enthusiastic you are. I feel so...
I'm trying to get energy because it's very late.
No, I know.
So I'm trying to give myself energy.
I know, I just feel like it's such a sort of lullaby.
Oh, I'm sorry.
A lullaby of the final song.
And I keep saying calling every song nice.
It's so soothing.
I really like the song. It's not the sort of one you'd listen to... it's not the sort of one...
on the album?
Yeah. But it's really good as a closer. You know, it's kind of... I mean, seems to me the most overt, like, old-fashioned, kind of jazzy number. This is the sort of thing you'd hear in a club.
Yeah, it's got that analog warmth.
Yeah, it's not like a jazz club song really. It's more like a Hollywood. So it's got the strings, doesn't it? Like
it does.
Swooping strings.
You can imagine this in a film.
I was thinking like a white woman in a big dress. Very glamorous.
Yeah, and she's walking down some sparkly stairs.
Yeah.
It's hypnotic and mesmerizing in a way.
It's really just.
I know what you mean when you say I don't know what it's about, and I'm just like. And I laugh because I'm like, well, we should know.
Yeah, next time we will know.
Next time
whatever album it is, we'll have listened to it 1,000 times. We'll have written out the lyrics from memory.
But on this one, I feel I get the sort of just being lulled into it. It's just it feels like a song that just cradles you in its arms.
That's nice.
And sort of sings you to sleep.
Yeah,
it's a perfect closer for an album. It is, especially after the catharsis of Get Gone.
It's like hopeful, but also not. It feels hopeful, but
it's bittersweet.
Or I don't know. It's very conflicting.
It is
lyrically
when you're in a situation where you sort of there's that kind of push and pull, and you sort of I don't know. Is there a sort of a sense that if you don't know whether you love the person and the other person knows where they stand, is that answer enough? I don't know. I'm not sure.
But it's a beautiful song. It's very simple, nice, just repeating chords really. Two chords back and forth.
It manages to build by adding very little and doing
the middle bit does change slightly. But then it goes back to the sort of repeating two chords again. It's very nice.
Sort of feels like the album.
Yeah.
Builds up big.
Yeah, I like that.
Comes down. Yeah,
I like that. Final thoughts on this here album?
I think in her discography, it's not my number one favorite of her albums. I don't know what that would be. I feel like each one of her albums is so intimate and so personal that it's the kind of thing you don't really. I've never spoken to anyone really about Fiona Apple because I think everyone kind of feels the same when they discover her and like her. They want to kind of keep her to themselves because it feels like such a personal thing. You know? Yeah. And it sort of feels like a friend confessing to you, I suppose. I don't know if I would say every album is better than the previous one, but I feel like she grows and builds on herself and what she did before so much each time. I can't really think of an artist that I could make a better case for that being. Like, I feel like it would be very easy to say every Fiona Apple album is better than the one that came before it with the albums after this. If you've not delved deep, do.
I haven't. And I would like to.
Does this make you want to more?
Yes, yeah. I feel like I do kind of want to savor it more. I don't want to rush and listen to all the albums. I want to kind of take it slower. I don't know how I feel about Tidal. I will give it another listen.
They're really albums that are worth just listening to as albums. There's so much on there. Yeah. She's not an artist that you can listen to a best of and get the picture. You know, like it's about the albums.
Well, I hope that they're not all about terrible relationships. I hope she had some more success in those departments. It's just sad. The idea of her releasing album after album about like terrible men being awful, that makes me sad,
You might get sad.
I know, I can imagine. I'm slightly worried, but at least we have some good music. Listen, she's giving us her heart to the world.
Cheers.
And I think that's a beautiful thing.
It is.
And can't wait to hear more.
Yeah. I think they're two quite personal pieces of art that we've looked at. I'm not sure if we did either of them justice in any way whatsoever. But in fact, we definitely didn't give Fiona Apple justice at all.
Sorry, Fiona, if you're watching.
This is she's worth getting into properly.
She's worth people actually who know what they're talking about.
Yeah, I would like to return to her.
We should next time do something shit instead. Something easy to talk about.
Yeah. Well, anyway, thanks very much.
Yeah.
It can only get better from here.
Yeah.
It can't be worse.
See you next time.
Keep on rocking. Keep on rolling. On action.